and welcome to Quiz Bowl 2014, brought to you by AETN. I am your host, Evangeline Parker Guest, and I'm truly honored and happy to be here with you. For months, teams from all over the state have been preparing and competing with the goal of being here in the AETN studios this day. Only 14 teams are here, competing in 7 final matches in 7 divisions. This is the finals for Quiz Bowl 2014. That's right. Let's get excited today. Our Quiz Bowl broadcast will be divided into 2 parts. This morning, we'll see the top 2 finalists from the 6A, 1A, 2A, and 7A divisions. We then will have a 90-minute break, and at 1:30 this afternoon, we will have the 4A, 5A, and 3A divisions. During the next few hours, you're going to witness a program that is educational, entertaining, and definitely exciting, because the teams today are going head-to-head for the state championship. Before we get the match started, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to one of the people who make this live show possible by providing studio and broadcast services for these matches. Alan Weatherly, Executive Director here at AETN. Hello, Alan. How are you?
How are you? Good to see you.
Well, it's good to see you, and it's good to be back here in the AETN studios. Tell us about the relationship between AETN and Quiz Bowl.
Well, this is the 29th version of this, and we've been so honored to be a part of it. This is my usual minute where I can pretend like I know what they're talking about, but it's just a great, great thing. Our staff looks forward to it every year. It's a great association we're working with, and this is a natural for what AETN does, the educational broadcaster, public media for the state of Arkansas. We couldn't do anything more important than what we're doing now, and that probably includes Downton Abbey. You know, so
wow. Well, Alan,
stuff.
I know you are a very smart man, so what advice do you give to the students here today?
Do not listen to me. They're well ahead of me. It's great to stand behind the scenes and see how many of the few questions I can answer. And that's kind of the fun for all of us who really admire these kids and their coaches and the schools and everybody involved. And obviously, I'd like to thank our staff who look forward to this, as I said, for every year.
Yes.
So we're glad you're here, and we're glad everybody's here.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Alan, for this. Thank you for coming today.
You bet. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring in my good friend, Bill Davis. Bill is our color commentator for Quiz Bowl. And Bill, come on in here. And I've got a feeling that we're in store for something really special today.
We really are, because we got so many seasoned coaches. We're going to expect some fast-paced games. This first match that we're going to be watching, we have Benton, who has been here many, many times. Okay. Then we have a rookie team, Greenwood. And you might think, nerves maybe. As a matter of fact, when you look at their team, you see the only freshman that's playing. But let me tell you my experience. They have a seasoned coach.
Okay.
He's got them ready. Okay. And that freshman, he wouldn't be sitting there if he wasn't good. I think we're going to see some games all day long that'll be close. I think we'll see some games that's going to move fast.
Okay. What do you think is going to be the key to the win this year?
Keep your nerves under control.
Oh.
Don't get nervous. Do some anticipation.
Okay.
Get after the questions. But don't be too nervous, and don't get to the point where you're over jumping, because you just give the other team a chance.
Okay, all righty. Well, I'll try to keep my nerves under wraps so we can get this match started. So we'll check in with Bill a little bit later on. Thank you so much, Bill. I'm looking forward to spending another exciting day here at AETN with you. And at this time, I would like to introduce the morning judges, scorekeeper and timekeeper. They are Barry Burns, Jill Newbolt, and Monica Springfield. The all-tournament team and MVP judges are Carolyn Schry and Sandra Elliott. Our game scorekeeper is Debbie Adams. The timekeeper this morning is Brandon Cooper. To stay informed about Quiz Bowl and to watch matches from the past, please visit www.arquizbowl.org. Before we begin our first match for the 6A championship, we'd like to honor our 3rd and 4th place runners-up. In 3rd place, we have Mountain Home, and in 4th place, we have Russellville. Now we're ready to introduce the teams for our 6A conference championship match between Greenwood and Benton. First, from Greenwood, we have Jackson Mitchell, a freshman. Their captain, Eric Wynn, a senior. Hunter Moore, a sophomore. And Samye Ismail, a sophomore. Their alternates are Daniel Bridges, a senior. Danielle, that is. Christian Griffith, a junior. Eli LaSalle, a junior. Annalise Orban, a sophomore. Joseph Snyder, a sophomore. Brianna Heiss, a sophomore. Sarah Logan, a senior. And Samantha Briggs, a senior. Their coaches are Rick Clow and Kara Eford. Let's hear it for Greenwood. And now to Benton. Ariel Sorg, a senior. Their captain, Tucker Partridge, a senior. Jay Wilson, a senior. Sam Bell, a sophomore. Their alternates are Alex Thurber, a senior. Caleb Webb, a sophomore. And Addison Williams, a senior. Their coach is Brian West. Let's hear it for Benton. I'd like to wish both teams the best of luck, and now I'm going to turn it over to our quiz master, Steve Patterson. Steve, take it away.
Thank you, Evangeline. It is very good to be here today on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Arkansas Governors Quiz Bowl Association. We are very pleased to have our year winding up with the championships for the different classifications. Our first one today, the 6A State Championship, and we're glad to have these two teams with us. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Quiz Bowl, it's played in 4 rounds. We have the first round where we'll have 20 toss-up questions, and then we'll have a second round of toss-ups, and if the team gets those right, they have a chance at bonus questions and points for their team. Then a third round where we have 2 60-second lightning rounds, giving the teams a chance to answer as many questions as they can in those 60 seconds, and a fourth round, again, of toss-up only. So we're ready to begin. We have our teams in place. Greenwood, Benton, good luck to both of you. Here's our first toss-up question. What ancient Greek school of philosophy, which included Diogenes of Sinope among their leaders, believed in leading a simple life, free from possessions? Benton, Tucker.
Epicurean school?
No. The school's name came from the Greek meaning dog-like. Greenwood? Eric.
Canine?
No, it's Cynics, the Cynicism school. All right, question number 2. Passed in 1930, what act raised U.S. tariffs on imported goods? Tucker.
Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act?
Yes. Question number 3. Located under the eastern slope of Mount Davidson in Nevada and discovered in the late 1850s, what was the first major and largest discovery of silver ore in the United States history? Tucker.
Carson City.
No. Greenwood, do you have an answer? It's known as the Comstock Lode. All right, here's question number 4 for both teams. What are the star-shaped protein structures that form around each centrosome? And during prophase, they migrate with the centrosomes to opposite sides of the nucleus. Tucker.
Centrioles.
No. Greenwood? Eric.
Kinetochores?
No, they're called asters or aster rays. All right, here's question number 5. What are the specialized cells in the lower leaf epidermis of plants? Benton, Ariel.
Stomata?
No. Lower system of plants and that surround the stomata and facilitate. Hunter.
Guard cells?
They are guard cells. Good job, Greenwood. All right, here's question number 6. What term refers to a repeated tiling of geometric shapes? Greenwood, Eric.
Tessellation?
Yes.
Good job.
Question number 7. Which principal organ of the United Nations, which among other duties, makes recommendations to member nations, is the only organ of the UN in which all member nations Sam.
The General Assembly.
Sam, you're right.
Good job.
Here's question number 8 for both schools. What controversial 1931 William Faulkner novel features the characters Horace Benbow, Benton Tucker?
The Sound and the Fury.
No. Let me finish for Greenwood. Popeye and Temple Drake. Eric.
Streetcar Named Desire.
No, this is one of his lesser-known works called Sanctuary. Sanctuary. All right, question number 9. What Roman deity, whose name is used in a phrase synonymous with being hypocritical or counterfeit, was the god of beginnings and Benton Tucker?
Janus.
Yes. Question number 10. What pale yellow gaseous element of the halogen group? Jackson.
Chlorine.
Yes.
Good job.
And I think our teams are coming awake. So let's see if we can get question number 11. In what work, Oscar Wilde's only published novel, Tucker?
The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Yes. Question number 12. John Adams initially referred to the Boston Tea Party as the destruction of the tea in Boston. Can you tell me what year the Boston Tea Party took place? Sam.
1773.
Sam, you've got 10 points for your team.
Good job.
Question number 13. What nation is home to the Grand Sandy Desert, Gibson Desert, and Great Jackson?
Australia.
Jackson, you've earned 10 points for your team.
Good job.
Question number 14. With a Latin name meaning next to, what less massive star associated with the Alpha Centauri? Tucker.
Proxima Centauri.
Very good. Question number 15. What Secretary of State under President Herbert Hoover announced in a 1932 a doctrine of non-recognition of territorial changes after Japan's invasion of Manchuria? Not up on our Secretaries of State. That was Henry Stimson. Henry Stimson. Question number 16. What French painter is known for the works Tiger Attacks a Horse? Benton Tucker.
Rousseau.
No. Death of Sardanapalus and Massacre at Chios.
Easy, Tucker.
Hunter.
Renoir.
No, it was Delacroix, Eugene Delacroix. Also known as the Nicholson Singer model. What model states that the cell membrane is composed of a phospholipid bilayer? Hunter.
The cell mosaic.
No. Bilayer with embedded proteins and cholesterols that provide structural support. I have the fluid mosaic model. All right, question number 18. You were close. If we only gave points for being close in Quiz Bowl, we'd be in good shape. Question number 18. What Romanian-born Nobel Peace Prize-winning author wrote the 1954 work known in the United States as Night? Jackson.
Whistle.
Great job. Our freshman is coming through. All right, question number 19. What element whose name comes from the Greek for artificial was the first? Benton J.
Technetium.
You're right.
Good job.
Question number 20. What family of structural proteins forms hair, nails, and hooves in... Oh, we need to clear the board. Tucker.
Keratin.
Yes. Judges, are we all right with that? All right. That was the last question in the round. All right, here at the end of our first round of play, our 20 toss-ups, we have Benton with 80 points and Greenwood with 50. Do we have any challenges or... All right, what about substitutions? Oh, we do have a challenge, okay. I believe Greenwood is making a challenge.
Well, Bill, so what do you think so far?
Well, about what I expected.
Okay.
Yeah, the freshmen came through several times.
Okay.
What I don't know what the challenge is right now. It's being lodged by Greenwood. Now remember, on challenges you got a 5-minute limit.
Okay.
Probably won't take that long at all. The questions, there was a little nerves on both sides I saw. Some of the questions I think they could have gotten had they not been the first team out and hadn't just settled down a little bit. We're going to see a very close match here, and we'll have to watch the bonus round that's coming up.
Okay.
Coaches will have to be on their toes, because if you're going to make a challenge on the bonus round, you have to make it right after the toss-up round before they get to the bonus part of the question. That's a little tricky.
Okay.
And you'll notice that Coach Patterson, or our quizmaster there, he will kind of hesitate a little bit afterwards to give them a little time to make that challenge. Now, you can't challenge any of the bonus part until after the quarter's over, but obviously you've got to make a challenge. So that makes it pretty tight for the coaches. They have to pay real close attention. There's something we might mention. We've said this in the past. There are a lot of students that are placed as backups.
Okay.
But they're listening to the game, and they're giving keys to the coach.
Yeah.
You may have one back there. I used to call them quiz masters. They would be back there taking notes and saying, okay, there's another answer for that, or no, that's not correct. And then I would know, because I couldn't know everything, obviously. I know very little. But the students would pick up on that. So they're into the game as much as the ones you see in front of the camera, and that's really essential to any game that's played. We don't see that. That's off of the camera.
Okay, I think we're ready to go back to the match.
All right, welcome back. We did have a challenge there at the end of the game, a challenge that actually I precipitated, and we're going to go to our head judge, Barry Burns, for their response to the challenge.
Yeah, on question number 20, while Steve was reading the question, Sam buzzed in and his lights lit up, and Steve misunderstood what was happening, asked for the board to clear. Tucker buzzed in, and because we don't know what Sam was going to answer, and he was the first one to respond, we decided to throw out that question, and we're going to go to an extra, and we'll deduct those 10 points from Benton, and we'll do an extra question to end the round.
All right, and I apologize to Benton for that. It's early for me too, I guess, today. But let's clear it up with this extra question for the last question of round one. It is this: on the campus of what United States University did Enrico Fermi, Benton Tucker?
Northwestern University.
No. Design and build the first artificial nuclear chain reactor? Greenwood, no answer. It's the University of Chicago, Tucker. And that's the end of that round of play. Little modified score there. Benton with 70 and Greenwood with 50 at the end of our first round. All right, going to continue now with the second round. Our second round, as I said earlier, is a round where we have toss-up questions. If the team gets that toss-up, the team has a chance to confer on some bonus questions. I do believe we have substitutions. Before we do this round, we'll have some substitutions. We are ready to begin round two in our 6A state championship. We've brought Sarah in for the Greenwood team. Sarah, glad to have you. And here's the first toss-up question. It happens to be a math computational question, so we'll put 20 seconds on the clock for the teams to try to answer this math. Here we go. Given a pair of six-sided dice, what is, in lowest terms if necessary, the probability of rolling numbers adding to 5? All right, Greenwood, Eric?
1 out of 3.
No. Benton J.
1 out of 5.
No. The answer is 1 out of 9.
Okay.
All right, here's toss-up number 22 for both teams. What major subdivision of the Chinese language group is the most widely spoken? Jay.
Mandarin.
You're right.
Good job.
And you've earned your team a bonus. And Tucker, you're the captain for the Benton team,
Yes,
so
sir.
when you're ready to give answers, speak to me. And your topic is third-party presidential candidates. All right. Given a presidential election year and the party, name the third-party candidate. 1832, the Anti-Masonic Party.
I don't know third party.
John Quincy Adams.
No. 1948, the states' rights are Dixiecrats.
Strom Thurmond.
Strom Thurmond.
Yes. This is 1996, the Reform Party.
Nader? Was it Nader? No. Was it Perot? Or no?
Perot.
Yes. And finally, in 1912, the Bull Moose Progressive Party.
Teddy Roosevelt.
You're right. So 3 out of 4 for the Benton team. Good job. The one that we didn't know, the Anti-Masonic Party, William Wirt. Poor William is forgotten in history now. All right. Here's our next toss-up for both schools. Ready? What type of triangle forms each face of a regular tetrahedron? Eric.
Equilateral.
You're right.
Good job.
And Greenwood, you have a bonus now in presidential state capitals. Presidential state capitals. I'm going to give you a capital city and the state, and you tell me what president they're named after. I apologize. You're going to give me the 4 capital cities in 20 seconds of the 4 capital cities named after presidents. You have 20 seconds. You may begin.
Jefferson City. Jefferson City.
Yes.
Lincoln.
More specific.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes.
Columbus. No, that's not a president. Tyler, Texas. Tyler, Texas.
No.
It's not a capital.
2 seconds.
Cleveland.
No.
Oh, no.
All right. All right. The correct answers were Lincoln, Nebraska, and Jefferson City, as you gave us. And the other 2 were Jackson, Mississippi, and Madison, Wisconsin. All right. But a good job. You got 2 of the bonuses out of the 4 correct. Good job, Greenwood. All right. Here's a toss-up question for both of our schools. Considered a part of the 8th generation of video game consoles, what device was released by Sony in... Eric?
PlayStation 4.
Yes. And Greenwood, you have now earned a Greek-Roman mythological counterpart bonus question. Given the figure from Greek mythology, provide the Roman mythological counterpart. All right. I'm going to go from Greek to Roman. Ready? Eric, Hestia.
Vesta.
Yes. Ares.
Mars.
Yes. Helios.
Pass.
Okay. And Cronus.
Saturn.
Yes. And Helios was Sol. S-O-L. All right, but 3 out of the 4. Great job, Greenwood. All right, we have 1 bonus question remaining in this round, and let's see if we can get it with this toss-up question. 2 answers are required. What 2 nations' mutual boundaries were defined after World War II as the north-south path of the Oder and Nisa rivers? Tucker.
Belgium and France.
No. Greenwood? It is Germany and Poland. All right, the next question is math computation. All right, here we go. Simplify the following fraction with radicals into lowest terms. 2 times the square root of 27 divided by the quantity 4 times the square root of 4. Tucker.
3 times the square root of 3 over 4.
No. Answer. All right, that's our time. The correct answer was 3/2, Tucker. 3/2. All right, question number 27 for both teams. What 16th and 17th century philosopher and scientist is credited as the creator of empiricism? And Tucker.
Francis Bacon.
Tucker, you're right. And you've earned the final bonus for your team, which is called parts of the cell. All right. Give the cellular organelle being described. Number 1, this cellular power plant generates adenosine triphosphate and has its own DNA.
Mitochondria.
Yes. The rough surface is studded with ribosomes and contains the sites of protein synthesis.
Endoplasmic reticulum.
Yes. In plants and protists, these cells are the sites of photosynthesis.
Chloroplasts.
Yes. And at number 4, this body controls the sorting, packaging, and processing of proteins.
The Golgi bodies.
You're right. All 4 correct, Benton. Good job. And you brought us to the end of round 2. Round 2 means that we're ready for our 60-second lightning round. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to announce the score, which is Benton 125, Greenwood 95, very close game. And we're going to have 3 categories now for our teams to choose from. And I'm going to let Greenwood pick first, but here are those categories. Are you ready? The first one is called islands. With what islands are the following islands, with what nations are the following islands associated? Best Actress Oscar winners, given the year the Academy Award was presented and the film they starred in, give the Best Actress winner. And finally, playwrights. Name the playwrights of the following works. Teams, you have 60 seconds to make your choices.
All righty, Bill. Great game in progress.
It is a great
here.
game, and what we saw in that quarter is that Greenwood can play from behind. They came up and tied them, so this game is going to really be a game where we're going to watch it till the very end. This is not going to be somebody running away with somebody else. 60-second round is a very important round. It only has 120 points possible on one side. Now, you can trap some points from the other team. It's not the most points as far as points in a quarter, but it's very crucial.
Okay.
And they'll get 10 questions. They get 60 seconds. They can answer them as quickly as they want to. They can answer them as slowly as they want to. Obviously, you want to answer all 10.
Okay.
If you can answer all 10, you get a 20-point bonus. So there's your 120 points. They're 10 points apiece. The captain can designate someone else to give the answers, but this is a team effort. You can't win Quiz Bowl at this level unless you've got several players involved.
Okay.
It can't be a one-man team. If you are, you'll rise toward the top, but you'll never get to be at the very top. That's very, very rare. And this is a quarter, as we saw in the bonus round, that you get other people involved in the answers. Very, very important.
It's truly becoming a nail-biter game here, so.
It is, and it will be, I think, until the very end.
Okay, all righty. Well, it looks like we're just about ready to go back to the match. I know you're on the edge of your seats, and we're going to continue this game.
Welcome back to our exciting 6A state championship, where Benton and Greenwood are playing a close game today. We're ready for the third round, the 60-second round, and during the break, these two teams talked about the three categories, and Greenwood made their decision first. They chose playwrights, and then Benton chose theirs from the other two, and they chose Best Actress Oscar winners. All right, so we'll leave Islands for another day. And we'll play these out. We've made some substitutions over here. We've got Samantha in and Christian and Danielle. You might have been in already, I don't know. But Danielle's in and you're the captain now for this group. Okay, very good. And for Benton, we've got Alex in. It's good to have you, Alex. All right. We're going to start, Greenwood, with you. And we've got 60 seconds on the clock over here. So good luck to your team. Are you ready? Make sure, Danielle, you speak clearly to me when you're ready. All right, here we go. Playwrights, name the playwrights of the following works. Here's number one. Uncle Vanya.
Pass.
Look Back in Anger.
Shakespeare.
No. Lost in Yonkers.
Williams.
No. Picnic.
Wilson.
No. The Crucible.
Miller.
Yes. Morning Becomes Electra.
Neil.
No.
No. Volpone or the Fox.
Stall.
All right. Greenwood has elected to stall there, which means that last question will not go over to Benton for bounce back, and we'll stop there with the Greenwood group. Benton, they have chosen playwrights, and they have 5 to pass over, judges. Am I right there?
Yes.
Okay. Tucker, I'll get my answers from you. Name the playwrights of the following works. Uncle Vanya.
Ibsen.
No. Look Back in Anger.
That's right.
O'Kinsey.
No. Lost in Yonkers.
Neil Simon.
Yes. Picnic.
Pinter.
No. And finally, Morning Becomes Electra. Oh, we didn't. Did they stall on that?
O'Neill.
Oh, okay. O'Neill is right. You do get those points. Okay. And then the one that we stalled on, Volpone, was Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson. All right, so I've got that they picked up 2 of the bounce backs. All right, now we're going to go to Benton and allow them to have the same opportunity that Greenwood just had, and Greenwood will have the opportunity to get any bounce backs that they miss. So, Tucker, when you're ready to give me an answer, make sure you speak clearly. 60 seconds on the clock. And our descriptor says to give given the year the Academy Award was presented and the film that they starred in, give the Best Actress winner. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Number 1, 2011, Black Swan.
Natalie Portman.
Yes, 1990, Driving Miss Daisy.
What's her name?
I have no idea.
Hepburn.
No, 1984, Terms of Endearment.
Hepburn.
No, 1982, On Golden Pond.
Fonda.
No, 1998, As Good as It Gets.
Pass.
1980, Norma Ray.
Stall.
All right, that group, Benton has elected to stall right there, so Norma Ray will not pass over to Greenwood. But they got 1 correct, and Greenwood, you get a chance to pick up on 4, right? Judges, 4. All right, yes. Here we go. Do you need the descriptor again, Danielle?
Yes, please.
All right, given the year the Academy Award was presented and the film they starred in, give me the Best Actress winner of that year. Are you ready? 1990, Driving Miss Daisy.
Streep.
No. 1984, Terms of Endearment.
Streep.
No. 1982, On Golden Pond.
Hahn.
No. And 1998, As Good as It Gets.
Meryl Streep.
No. Those are some difficult ones. They sure are. Well, here are the answers that we were looking for. And, of course, everyone at home knows the answers because when you're at home, you always know. 1990, Driving Miss Daisy was Jessica Tandy. 1984, Terms of Endearment was Shirley MacLaine. 1982, On Golden Pond, the one you did not say Katharine Hepburn on was Katharine Hepburn. That's the way it goes. 1998, As Good as It Gets, was Helen Hunt, and then Norma Ray was Sally Field. Sally Field. All right, now, kind of a rough round for both Greenwood and Benton, but no harm, no foul. We're going to go on to round 4 here in just a moment. But first, let's find out if there are any challenges or substitutions. We are going to make some substitutions. All right. Welcome back to what has turned out to be a very exciting 6A state championship between Greenwood and Benton high schools. And we're in our fourth and final round now of the game. 40 points separating the two teams, but 200 points left out there to play today. So this is going to be an exciting finish. I wish good luck to both of our teams today. Toss-ups only, no conferring. Here is that first question. What Norse god of light and purity? Benton, Tucker.
Balder.
Yes. Question 32. What term refers to values which, unlike a vector, contain only in magnitude? Jay.
Scalar.
Yes.
Good job.
Question 33. Created by Congress in 1877 as the first independent regulatory body, what federal agency regulated the railroad, trucking, and other carrier industries? Jackson.
Department of Transportation.
No. Until abolished in 1995, after its powers had been mostly eliminated or transferred. Benton? Ariel?
Department of Commerce?
No, it's the Interstate Commerce Commission. All right. Question 34 for both teams. What Welsh social reformer and early founder of the 19th century utopian socialism movement founded the short-lived New Harmony community in Indiana in 1825 as an experimental utopian community? Jay?
Mill.
No. Greenwood? It is Robert Owen. Yeah. Robert Owen. All right, question 35. What Shakespearean play features the romantic couples of Benedict and Beatrice? Tucker.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Tucker, you're right. Question number 36. In what body of water did destroyers USS Maddox and USS Turner Joy engage North Vietnamese Navy torpedo boats? Greenwood, Jackson.
The Gulf of Tonkin.
You're right.
Good job.
Question number 37. What 19th century German chemist formulated a ketone alcohol equilibrium rule and designed a special conical flask, both of which, Tucker.
Erlenmeyer.
Yes. What Roman orator, considered one of the most significant influences on the Latin language, delivered speeches during the Greenwood, Jackson.
Cicero.
Yes.
Good job.
Question number 39. What African Methodist Episcopal minister was elected in 1870 by Mississippi to serve in the United States Senate, becoming the first African American to serve in either of the congressional houses? Jay?
Douglas.
No. Greenwood? Eric?
White.
No, it was Hiram Revels. All right, question number 40. What 1876 Ulrich Ibsen play featured incidental music composed by Edvard Grieg? Tucker.
Peer Gynt.
You're right. Question number 41. What German author and winner of the 1929 Nobel Prize in Literature is known for the works Confessions of Felix Krull, Buddenbrooks, and The Magic Mountain? Jay?
Mann.
Yes. Question 42. Which school of philosophy, whose adherents include Pyrrho and its founder Zeno of Elea, maintain that humans cannot possess... Jay, I'm
Stoicism.
Say it again for me.
Stoicism.
No. Maintain that humans cannot possess knowledge about ultimate reality. Eric.
Surrealism.
No, it turned out to be skepticism. Yes. Skepticism. Sorry, I did not hear that, judges. Thank you. What naval engagement was the largest naval battle in World War I? Tucker.
The Battle of the Jutland.
You're right. Question number 44. What PC user interface element was introduced by Microsoft with Windows? Jackson.
Microsoft DOS.
No. With Microsoft 95 replaced in the 2012, Caleb.
The Start menu.
That's exactly
Good
right,
job.
Caleb. And a timeout has been called by our Greenwood group, so we'll take just a moment. Teams are allowed a 30-second timeout. back after that timeout that one of our coaches called. They're allowed to make substitutions during that time, and so both teams made those substitutions. Eli and Joseph are in. Good to have you. And Addison and Alex is back. And so we're glad to have you all back in here for this exciting finish for the 6A state championship. All right, teams, we were on question 45 when the timeout was called, so let's go to that question. Ready? What art technique, whose name comes from the French for to glue, is an assemblage created, Benton Tucker?
Mache.
No. Created from pre-made artwork, photographs, text, or other found objects all glued to a canvas. Jackson?
A mosaic.
No, the correct word is collage. Collage. All right, question 46. Exhibited when dry ice is exposed. Jackson?
Sublimation.
Jackson, you're right.
Good job.
Thank you.
We're going to be seeing a lot out of Jackson in the next few years, I think. All right, question number 47. What treaty signed and ratified in 1848 ended the Mexican-American Jay?
Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Yes.
Good job.
Good job, Jay.
What ancient Greek historian and soldier wrote of the expeditions of Cyrus the Younger against his brother King Artaxerxes II of Persia in the work Anabasis? Tucker?
Herodotus.
No. Greenwood? It was Xenophon. Xenophon. Question 49 is computational math. Ready? What base 10 number is represented in the hexadecimal or base 16 system as 40? Jay?
64.
Yes, it is 64. Very good. All right. And the last question of the match is this. What term for the period before the Civil War? Jay?
Antebellum.
That's correct, and that's the last question of the 6A game. Great job by both teams. Benton has 265 and Greenwood has 135. Benton is our 6A state champion and Greenwood our first runner-up. Congratulations.
Well, Bill, that was an exciting game.
It was an exciting game, but you saw where experience came in right there at the end. When Benton began to relax and they began to just listen to the questions, it got a little bit lopsided. The 62nd round surprised me a little bit, too, on both sides.
Right.
I was a little bit surprised that they were not more forthcoming with their answers. But all of that said, let's look at Greenwood for just a second.
Okay.
They have some young players. He is building a program. Coach Patterson even made a statement a minute ago, we'll probably see some of those back, and I would be sure we will see them back.
Just amazing, and I noticed, because I think we both thought the 62nd round, both teams was kind of breezed through.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was very challenging for both teams.
I think it kind of caught them off guard where it was going.
Okay.
You know, when you read those descriptors, sometimes it doesn't tell you exactly the direction you're going, and that's what happened on both of those.
Okay, all righty.
What a great start to our tournament and to our day. Two great teams. We had Greenwood and we had Benton in a tight match. Congratulations to both teams. I want to first go ahead and give an award for $1,500 for academic excellence to Greenwood. Congratulations. And a check for $3,000 to Benton. Good job, champ.
I'm DeWanda Kirkland. I'm president of the Arkansas Governors Quiz Bowl Association, and on behalf of the executive board, I present Greenwood with the second place trophy. And the first place trophy, of course, goes to Benton. Thank you. And our MVP?
Our MVP is Tucker Partridge from Benton. And the rest of the all-tournament team for 6A are Noah Nelson from Mountain Home, Drew Coker from Russellville, Joe Lim from Searcy, Dylan Thompson from Sheridan, Liam Stewart from Parkview, and Jay Wilson from Benton. That is the 6A all-tournament team.
Arkansas Governors Quiz Bowl Association Director Carolyn Stry would like to honor the coaches who have dedicated 25 years of service to Quiz Bowl.
Yes, indeed. We have several coaches this year who did the... Oh, we're not on yet. Tell me when.
You got to tell Evangeline to talk.
Bill.
Okay. We want to honor the coaches each year who have done 25 years of coaching Quiz Bowl at some level. It might be senior high all the time, junior high, elementary, junior, senior, or some combination. And at this time, one of our own board members has attained that goal. In fact, you just saw him a minute ago. He's the coach of the Greenwood team, Rick Clough. Rick, come up here. 25 years is a long time in Quiz Bowl. In addition, we have some other coaches who are not here today because their teams didn't make it quite this far. And they also will receive the 25-year recognition plaque. They are Brenda Wayne from Hamburg, Brenda Hutchison from Riverside, and David A. Young from Fayetteville. Congratulations to all of these 25-year coaches.
Thank you, Carolyn. Well, it seems Bill has been busy with some extracurricular activities this year. When not spending time with his wife, Margaret, and operating his cattle ranch, he also has been hosting a Quiz Bowl sports show called Think Fast. Let's take a look.
In a land fresh and natural as the state of Arkansas, there sits a building in the midst of Conway, a building that broadcasts television signals of anything worth broadcasting in Arkansas. Need I say more? I need not. I'm your host, Bill Davis, and this is Think Fast. To quiz is to test one's knowledge and mental tenacity. Some people are born with a lot of smarts, but don't do much with it. Then there are other people that are born with not very much smarts, but they work really, really hard and have convinced the majority of us that they're very intelligent too. And then there are those rare individuals that are really, really intelligent and they work hard. That's the students that we're going to see at the 2014 Quiz Bowl Finals.
Regional, 6A regional here at Parkview.
Every larger school in the region sends a team to regionals, and then the top three from regionals represent Central Arkansas at state, and then the top two at state go to the final round.
And that's what we're all just competing for, is maybe one of those wild cards and an option to go to state and maybe appear on AETN.
Let's begin round 1, 20 toss-up questions for both teams. Name the African-American poet and playwright, originally known as Everett Leroy Jones, who dealt with racial tensions in such work and collections as Preface to a 20-volume suicide note, The Slave, and Dutchman. Jay.
Langston Hughes.
No. Liam. No. Amiri Baraka.
When I was coaching Quiz Bowl, looking for a Quiz Bowl player, I never did go and look at standardized tests and tried to find out how smart they were. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for a winner. Sometimes I found those in the band room. Sometimes I found those on the football field or the basketball court. I always looked for somebody that had work ethic. I looked for honesty. I looked for somebody that didn't have thin skin. Because in the competition of Quiz Bowl, a lot of times you're going to get your ears pinned back. You may play a game and get beat 200 points, but that doesn't tell you that you're not a good Quiz Bowler. And I needed the student that would say, hey, if I just practiced more, if I just looked at this body of knowledge, or if I just studied this, if I had to listen better in the classroom, I'd be better able to answer those questions. What I was looking for was an extrovert, somebody that could answer 5 questions and get one of them right, and be okay with that.
Born in Russia, he received his PhD at Columbia University and later taught biochemistry at Boston University. Name the science fiction author of the Foundation series and I, Robot. Yes.
I think it's me. Asimov?
Yes.
You know, I kind of think Benton is probably one of the best choices at the moment. They really have a great team. Jonesboro is really, really good. We hope we will here at Parkview. It's a great region, so who knows? It's up for grabs.
Third place with a 4-2 record, Parkview. Good job, guys. Second place with a 5-1 record for the day, Sheridan. Congratulations. And first place with a 6-0 perfect record of the day, Benton High School. Come on down, Benton. Awesome job, sir. Yes, sir.
Well done, Bill. Bill, you sure have the gift for gab, I tell you. Before we begin our second match for the 1A